Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoy creating Halloween cards or Day of the Dead cards, you're going to love the products that I'm going to show you in today's video. I'm super excited for these. So this is called the Dancin Halloween collection, and there are 4 items in this collection. Let's start with the Dancin Halloween sentiments. So this set has a lot of cute and punny type sentiments. These will coordinate perfectly with the 3 die sets I'm going to be showing you, and then some. There are so many fun Halloween sentiments in this set. Okay, so let's start out with the Dancin Girl Day of the Dead die set. With this set, you can create the cutest little girl Day of the Dead character, and it comes with maracas, and they're all just so very detailed. Next is the Dancing Boy Day of the Dead die set. This one is just as detailed as the first one I showed you, and it comes with a guitar that he can hold. These are smaller die sets, and they're very simple and easy to put together. And this one's the smallest of the 3 of them, and it's called Dancin Grim. You can create a really fun Halloween card with this set, but I think it would be really fun to create a birthday card with this set as well. Let me show you the pictures of these. I printed them out just to give you an idea of what they look like all put together. So here is the Dancing Girl Day of the Dead. Isn't she just fabulous? So many color combinations you could put together to create this. And here is the boy Day of the Dead character. Isn't he cute with his little ukulele or guitar? And then last is the Grim Reaper. I don't know which of the 3 is my favorite, but I just had to have them all. So I'm going to be sending out lots of Halloween cards and some Day of the Dead cards this year. Let's get into card number 1. I'm going to start with the Day of the Dead girl figure. But first, I'm going to work on the background. I have an older glimmer plate from Spellbinders called String Lights Background. And I thought this would be fun to put behind the dancing girl. I have a piece of very pale gray cardstock from Spellbinders. This is called Fog, and I'll use some silver foil behind this. This will just give a very pretty, subtle look. So I'll put this on my glimmer machine and press the start button. And then once that stops flashing, I can run it through my Platinum 6 machine. And here it is, all done. If my sound quality on this video is a little rough, I do apologize for that. I'm in the process of moving, and I have a temporary craft room set up, and I'm just trying to get everything put together. I'll have information all about my move coming up in another video. But let's get back to the card. So I'm going to pull off the foil, and it glimmered up beautifully. Let me give you a close-up look at this. So this will look really pretty behind the dancing girl. I cut out all of my pieces off camera. Let's start putting her together. I have some brushed black and brushed white cardstock. This cardstock has a bit of a sheen to it. This cardstock will add something special to the skeleton. I want her nose to be pink, so I'm just gluing down a little bit of pink behind her nose. And then the decoration above her nose is going to be yellow. Oh, that looks so cute already. I'll glue on her lips. I love that this set comes with little lips for her. And now for the hair. You can slide the skull into the hair. I'm going to secure that with a little bit of glue just in case. And now for her dress. This is the ruffle that goes at the bottom of the dress. And then I forgot to put the bun at the top of her hair, so I'll just glue that in place. And then this next piece is her shoulders. So I'll glue her shirt on next. And then the ruffle around her neck. There are a lot of just really pretty detail pieces to this die set. So that circle there is where your foam piece is going to go to make her dance, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And here is the top part of her skirt. I apologize, I bounce back and forth between all of these pieces, but let's glue those two pieces together. Next is a belt at the bottom of her shirt. And I cut that out with some red cardstock. It's such a tiny piece. I'm going to pull out my tweezers. There we go. Now we can glue the skirt below the blouse. I think she's turning out so cute. And now for her hands. They give you a lot of space at the bottom of her hands so that you can add glue to it and attach it to her arm. And now for her other hand. And now for the maracas. These are so cute. So I cut them out with some pink cardstock. And then the base of the maracas I cut out with Dune cardstock. It's kind of a light brown. And the pink is called Fruit Punch. And then we can glue these behind her hands so it looks like she's holding them. So much fun. Last, I'm going to put a bow in her hair. And then they do have a die to cut out centers for the flowers, but I'm going to put a gem there at the very end. Oh, and here are her shoes. I cut these out with more red cardstock. I wanted them to be red dancing shoes. These were a little more tricky to figure out where exactly to put them, but the picture that I printed out helped me a lot. Before I attach the dancing girl, I wanted to add more color to the background. So I'm using some pink Simon Hurley ink. This one's called Rosy Cheeks. I'm just blending it over my foiling. The silver foil resists the ink, so that will remain silver. Okay, so here are my pop dots that I'm going to use to make this girl dance. You can use whatever you have in your stash. You could even use a little bit of foam and a small circle die to cut one out and then glue it on. I held up her body to the back of her head and then just put a pop dot in the circle. And then just make sure that her body will move. And then to make her head all the same height, I'm adding more pop dots. And then this one I'm going to cut in half. This will ensure that her head will stay stationary as her body dances, and it just gives it a little more strength so that it doesn't fall off. Let's put this aside for just a minute and stamp out the sentiment onto another piece of Fruit Punch pink cardstock. And then I can glue my panels together. This fog cardstock is going onto a piece of yellow cardstock. You'll just see the yellow at either side. It's the same yellow that I used on her dress. Then we'll put this whole panel onto the white card base. This is an A2 sized card, which is 5.5 by 4.25. I'm going to pop up the sentiment with some foam squares, just to give that a little dimension as well. And I'll put it right under her feet. So I'll put that down first. Make sure it's centered. And then we can put down the Dancing Day of the Dead Girl. So I'll pull off the adhesive from the pop dots and then press her head in place. I want to make sure that she can still dance. Here we go. Let's try it out. And she's not blocked by the sentiment or anything else. Let's put the gem on the flower in her hair. That's the only gem I'm going to use on this card because it's so detailed as it is. But here is a close-up look. The sentiment says, "Party like there's no mañana." And let's make her dance again. Isn't she just adorable? Such a fun card to send to a child or an adult. Okay, let me show you the other cards that I created with these sets. So here is the Dancin' Grim. The sentiment says, "Love you till the end." I cut him out with some Cosmic Sky blue cardstock. I used another pop dot behind his head. And here he is dancing with his scythe. So cute. To color the background, I used some Glacier Blue cardstock, which is a nice pale blue, and then some Distress ink. So I used Prize Ribbon, Villainous Potion, and Black Soot. The embellishments are some smooth black discs from Spellbinders. But let me give you another close-up look at this guy. He is so cute. He was the easiest of the three to put together. Here is my Dancin' Boy Day of the Dead card. The sentiment says, Viva la vida. I love the little guitar that he's holding. That was so fun to put together. And then his legs swing back and forth like he's dancing. I used some other Spellbinders products to create this card. So I used the Winter Borders etched dies, the double-stitched line here. This provided me with a good place to put the sentiment. And then the banner comes from the Party Decor set. And I used those two dies to create that. I used a lot more pop dots for this set, and I put it behind his shirt so that his legs can move. I also put several pop dots behind his head so that they would all be the same height. I have all of the links to the Dancin' Halloween collection from Spellbinders listed in the description box if you'd like to go and check those out. I hope you all have a wonderful crafty day. Until next time, bye.